Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. We are nearing the end of our local side of beef, and if you've ever ordered beef directly from the farmer, then you know you are supplied with many, many pounds of ground beef. As we make our way through all of this beef, I thought I'd take you with me and share 5 different ways that I prepare ground beef for my family to enjoy. Beginning with the most versatile ground beef preparation out there, in my opinion, the meatball. You can throw them in tomato sauce with noodles, glaze them with balsamic vinegar, toss them in soup, coat them in a cream-based sauce, make a hoagie, or serve them with mushroom gravy. There are countless ways to serve meatballs, but the best thing about meatballs is their ability to be cooked from frozen quickly. I love to have batches of these in my freezer for when we return from a trip or have a particularly busy day, because from-scratch food is on the table in 25 minutes or less. I go into detail on stocking my freezer and saving a step while cooking in the video linked in the corner. For this video, I'm rolling out smaller meatballs to bring the protein to a soup filled with celery, onions, potatoes, sweet corn, and quinoa. Moving on to the brother of the meatball, Meatloaf. I love how mindless Meatloaf is. The prep time to get this dinner together won't have you slaving away at the stove for 30 minutes straight. Simply pair some roasting vegetables as a side so you don't have to worry about that either. Cooking 2 or 3 items for the time of 1 is something to implement into your dinner making routine to keep the kitchen running smoothly. This next recipe is a skillet dinner that I only make with leftover meat. For this video, I'm using extra meatloaf, but I've also made a taco skillet dinner, a roast skillet dinner, and even a faux chicken pot pie skillet dinner. This skillet dinner was inspired by Lisa from the blog Farmhouse on Boone. She has a skillet dinner that is a go-to for her family that is topped with a sourdough batter. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten around to establishing a new starter after I neglected mine, so I top my skillet dinners with a cornbread batter. After sauteing your choice of veggies and meat in an oven-safe pan, here I have potatoes, onions, and meatloaf. Mix up your go-to cornbread recipe and pour it over the mixture in your pan. Bake your dinner according to the cornbread directions, about 20 to 25 minutes, and you have a delicious skillet dinner. Continuing with browned ground beef. I speak on this in depth in my Save a Step cooking video, but I prefer to brown more than 1 serving of ground beef at a time so that in the future my dinner prep is a bit more efficient. So you'll see me portioning out half of the cooked beef to be used in our next recipe. Browning beef is excellent for fillings, chilies, and your typical sloppy joe. When making something as quick and easy as sloppy joes or tacos, I like to go the extra mile with a freshly baked good, like buns or tortillas. Since my sloppy joes are tomato-based, I'm transferring the meat to a stainless steel pot before mixing up the filling, which includes some of the homemade ketchup from this video in the corner and a bit more molasses. Our last recipe for ground beef is beef and black bean enchiladas. So I'm taking my ground beef from the night before and a jar of black beans I canned in last week's video. A jar of green salsa and a few dollops of sour cream comprise this filling. I definitely prefer to make my tortillas from scratch, but this time we were extremely busy, so I chose to sacrifice that option. After filling your tortillas, top with cheese and warm in the oven until the cheese is delightfully gooey. Thank you so much for being here. I hope I've shared a few meals you can draw inspiration from. I'd love to hear any of your go-to ground beef meals in the comments. I know there are many I haven't touched on in this video. Thank you again, and I will see you next time.